joking that we're going to do like a cooking with Ari, but there's a couple of kind of staples in our menu that Natalie really likes that I cook. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm weird that I cook so much, but since the whole thing's happened, I feel like I've taken over cooking. But anywho, today I'm gonna do a fried rice, which is really simple. There's a couple of really staple ingredients. First one is garlic, onion, and it just kind of depends on kind of onion you want, but this is just a white onion, a couple of eggs, and I use a hot sauce. Sometimes I just use raw peppers. I like things really spicy. I do this for my own. I kind of like split them. Rice, obviously, which is on the stove behind me. I think almost everybody knows how to make rice, but if you don't, you should follow Uncle Roger on TikTok. It will be enjoyable nonetheless. And I think I mentioned garlic. And then some sort of protein. I guess you don't really have to do this, but tonight I'm going to use shrimp. So I have some shrimp defrosting, and I just have to, they're already deveined and cleaned. I just have to detail them. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to chop our veggies. We're also going to use some frozen peas. I don't like peas, but that's another one of those things that ends up in Natalie's. The spice ends up in mine. And then I forgot soy sauce. And this is something that I do every once in a while. Water chestnuts, I really like water chestnuts. Natalie doesn't like them much. And then there's one ingredient that everybody misses, and that is fresh ground ginger. So that's in the freezer, and we'll pull that out whenever we go to use it later. So I'm gonna get to chopping what I can, crack the eggs, scramble them, and then also clean the shrimp. So basically what I just did was cleaned all the shrimp. I had a bowl in the sink that I had all the tailed shrimp on, so they're just cooked. They're cooked extra large shrimp. I don't know why some people call them extra large, large, jumbo. These are kind of the biggest ones that we could buy. And I just threw them back into the bowl once I got the bowl all cleaned out in the sink, and put some avocado oil on them, a little bit of sea salt, and some garlic salt, and now I'm going to put just a little bit of soy sauce on them just to let them sit, kind of like as a little marinade before I cook them, because they're not going to get cooked, because they're already cooked, so they're not going to get warmed up. And I kind of like to put almost like I like almost pan fry them just to give them a little bit of a crisp. But this way they'll kind of sit in the flavor a little bit here while I keep going and get the rest of everything going. So I'm going to take care of now. I'm going to make the scrambled eggs, and I think we're going to probably move over to the stove because I'm going to make the scrambled eggs. A portion of the garlic is for me, a portion of the onions is for me. The onions Natalie likes cooked and I like them raw, so I just make basically two separate dishes with the same stuff. So we're going to first do the scrambled eggs. Then we're gonna start sauteing the garlic and onion for Natalie. We're gonna finish off Natalie's dish once we do the shrimp, and so you'll probably get a time lapse of everything cooking over at the stove. Okay, it's time to get cooking. So I have two pans on right now. This one I'm gonna do the eggs. Basically just put some avocado oil in the pan, and we're going to scramble these, and then we're going to pull it off. We're going to reuse this pan, and then this pan is going to be used to quickly pan fry our shrimp. The one thing to watch out for with cooked shrimp is obviously because they're already cooked, you don't want to overcook them. So sometimes I'll cook them in butter. Today, because I'm cooking them in oil, I'm just going to be real careful. So I just flip them quickly, and obviously you can probably see, I'm not sure exactly what you can see or what you can hear, but they're sizzling pretty well. So Natalie's onions are pretty tender at this point, so basically I'm going to throw her peas on, and then we're going to go ahead and do the garlic, or do the ginger. So here's a tip. This is a ginger root. I guess this is a ginger root. I don't know. I'm not a ginger expert. But what you want is what's inside of here. So if you think of like this as a potato, basically, it's a root. So we want to get everything off of it and the good stuff's inside. So unfortunately, this is kind of an ugly looking one. So I'm basically just going to have to cut one of these sides off, which isn't going to be easy because it's frozen. We'll do this. That's a very sharp knife too. It's still hard. And basically all I'm going to do is use a potato peeler or a carrot peeler, whatever the heck you want to call this, and just peel the skin off. And then I'm going to grade with a small grater right into the pan. Okay, so you can see the difference here as I'm kind of shaving it off. But the thing you really want to make sure of is that this is frozen, because otherwise this is just super stringy. So I've got this cleaned up, and I'm just going to use the grater, and I'm just going to generously grade some ginger in here. And it's not going to look like much, but ginger is so flavorful. Honestly, without it, this is nowhere even close to the same dish. So at this point I have the shrimp off. All of Natalie's peas, garlic, and onions are in. I'm just gonna stir this up and I'm gonna start plating her. So Natalie decided she wants a little bit of spice. I don't remember where we bought this, but it's been kind of nice. Just a little bit. And it's just basically a hot oil. Little splash of soy sauce. Again, we just need to make sure everything's warm. Natalie doesn't like a lot of soy sauce. Just some black pepper, not a bunch. Again, that's to taste. Natalie doesn't like a bunch. In goes the rice. And for mine, I like a lot of spice. So I like to kind of make like a hot oil in the pan first. So basically all I'll do is throw, again, a little bit of avocado oil in the pan. We'll throw the peppers, so again, whether they be raw peppers or like this hot chili oil that I have. And there she is. Obviously, everybody always wants to say, oh, this is a 5-minute meal. Well, I guess, maybe if everything was made. So I would say probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes to make something like this. And don't mind the mess everywhere. Clean up afterwards. Mm-mm.